The next thing is kind of going back to the BLK2GO itself. Unlike the BLK360 and the RTC360, there is not a high, medium, and low setting. It just continuously shoots 420,000 points per second, which is nice considering the BLK360's highest setting is 360,000 points per second. So going back to kind of everything to go with the BLK2GO is in regards to time. So there is no hardware numbers as far as gigabytes of storage, but what Leica has said is they've said that it has 24 hours of uncompressed data storage, or no, sorry, 24 hours compressed data storage and 6 hours uncompressed data storage. Now, for those of you that are traditional tripod scanners, you're used to, 6 hours is definitely not going to be enough time for a project. For example, our floor here is about 10,000 square feet. BLK360 on the medium setting, we did about 4.5 hours. But to put that into perspective of this, we did the same 10,000 square foot footage with this, and it was only 25 minutes. So you can get quite a bit of square footage in a short amount of time. So.
Yeah, and that's something we need to think about with this device is you're not taking a bunch of stationary scans. You're literally just walking through a space. So I think collection time, you're looking at about 10% of the time to collect with the BLK2GO as you are with the BLK360.
Correct.
So 45 minutes of scanning with the BLK2GO is a tremendous amount of data versus 45 minutes, which is just going to be half a dozen scans with another scanner. So
correct. The other nice thing is I'll stand up and kind of start showing you a little bit more about it. Is the scans are called whenever you process it and import it, they're called walks because you're doing exactly that. We usually say a leisurely walk. The device is 2 pounds, so a lot of people kind of in the previous demo were asking if does your arm get fatigued? Do you feel it kind of after a while? What we recommend, especially anybody like myself who loves to wear a hat, we don't really recommend a 45-degree angle because you will grab the brim of your head, the brim of your hat. So what we would recommend is a little bit further out. Again, 2 pounds with battery, it's not too bad. To be honest with you, I've done quite a few scans with them. I really don't start feeling it in my shoulder until probably the 30-minute mark. But with the amount of scanning that I've done with this, you kind of build up a tolerance, but it's not too bad. It won't prevent you or slow you down in any regards. And you can always quickly just switch to the other arm.
Right.
So while that with the SLAM technology, unlike what David was talking about, where once the scan starts, you don't want to interrupt it, you don't want to move it. With this, you can be walking, going all over at the same time. Now again, at that leisurely pace, what we also do recommend as well is if you are going to be coming to, say, something like this where you needed to get into the different levels here, where a normal traditional tripod scanner, you have to do a scan. Once it's done, lower the tripod, do another scan. Once it's done, higher, you have to do that multiple times. With this, you can actually, again, at that leisure pace, you'll hear me say that quite a bit, is you can come in here, and you can start down here, you can go this way, you can turn it sideways if you would like to. You can even turn it upside down if you need to. So with that SLAM technology, it allows you to move it around almost like kind of like a magic wand. When you're done, you can come back out. You can go above. You can come this way. So that's the benefit of the utility of this device is the fact that you can actually go up, down, under, around. So these tables that we have in the training room here, I can go underneath them. So it's really great as far as just the versatility of it.
So one of the things we were talking about with David there with the BLK360, was that extendable tripod to be able to get up into space and things like that.
Yep.
Think about what Josh was just talking about here. If we did want to get up into the ceiling space like we have in here, with this, we could literally just pop one of those tiles up, have a step stool. You could literally just take that thing like a torch, move it up into the space, let it sit there for a couple seconds, bring it right back down, and just continue throughout the space.
You betcha. So the other thing, kind of based on what you were just saying, is depending on how, yes, it can be a stationary scanner if you want it to be, just stand still. And the longer you stand in a certain spot is the more densified point cloud you're going to get. So if you want to walk faster, if you tend to be somebody that walks pretty fast and it's hard to slow down, what I would recommend is either do a couple laps or, you know, really fight the urge to just kind of go slower. So, but that's what I'm going to do here. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and along those lines, Josh, I think one of the things I've seen recommended too is if you are walking through a space is, you know, it is all about pacing. It's definitely a leisurely stroll. The faster you go, the less your point density is gonna be. You know, depending on what you're doing with the space, less density may be fine. But just, you know, you're only talking about, you know, doing a 5-minute walk loop through this office. Just walk back the exact same direction you came from. And then you're hitting things from another angle, you're going back through that space and just kind of cement it all together without still collecting too much data. So,
Yeah, you tell any traditional tripod scanning person that, you know, you gotta just walk back through the whole building and it takes all of a couple minutes. They do it day in and day out over having to scan another 4 hours. So,
oh yeah,